Hey everyone, let's discuss Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's discuss this fabulosity today. I want to start out by discussing Dorit and Garcelle. Now, I remember these two being cool. I remember these two being cool just this current season. When did this issue start with these two, with one another? Did I miss something? I remember earlier in the season, Dorit came over to the Garcelle's home to visit her. And that was when they had the funny. I noticed that Garcelle's character has a lot of the little sexual salaciousness that's kind of thrown in there. I remember the dildo comment last season. And this season, I guess that contraption for her back, she had to kind of throw in the little sexual undertone and said it's not for sex. She does like kinky sexual toys, but that happens to not be one. Okay, maybe it's because she's single or whatever, But I think that's part of her character to kind of throw in the little freaky, I'm single so I pleasure myself jabs, but whatever. So, going back, so Dorit came over to visit her. You don't go to visit enemies and laugh and talk with them. It seems sincere. So what happened? Something has happened. Something has transpired. Someone has been talking. So, Garcelle mentioned that the fancy spotted goldfish was Dorit, and wasn't that perfect? And the gold plain one was Kyle, and that's about right too. I'll take both of them. And then I don't know what happened since then. Then fast forward to last week, and here we are at Lisa Rinna's lip event. Could that be any more perfect? Lisa Rinna should just do lip products, and that's it, and nothing else, because those are the biggest things. Her entire body. Lisa Rinna is a set of walking lips. That's the biggest thing on her body. Her lips. It's the fattest thing on her body. They are the fattest things on her body. Her lips. So she should hone in on that. Go where the money is. Where the money resides, right? So back to her event throw. That was off to me. I noticed when they were in Tahoe that something was brewing, because I saw where Dorit kind of focused in on Garcelle when she told her what she said. She didn't want to talk about it. And Crystal did kind of come to defend Garcelle, but I kind of saw it there. I didn't pay attention to the other scenes, but now we see it. It had been brewing all along, and I'm wondering where it comes from. So when you get to Lisa's beauty event, Rinna's beauty event, she says, well, Garcelle, you keep jabbing at me. You make me feel uncomfortable. I can understand that. But Garcelle, the defense, honey, please. Garcelle had the nerve to tell the woman, well, you won't stop talking. Well, that's no defense. What type of defense is that, Garcelle? How is that a defense? And it's not true. And Garcelle said, and we'll talk about it later, at this event itself, at the table itself, that she doesn't feel like she's a part of the group, not this group. And some of the veterans who's been in there the longest isn't necessarily going out of their way to make her feel accepted and a part of the group. Not that it's their job, but they can play a role, especially if you've been there longer and you have a second-year newbie. You didn't do it the first year, and you're not really doing it this year. So it seems like Garcelle has tried to and has had to make her own way. And she gave off the air of being a straight from the chaser, straight to the point type of character, but I don't know so much. I've seen that die down this season, and it seems like maybe she learned from season 1, and she's using kitten gloves recently, and she's kind of teetering around certain situations and just outright not being transparent. When she was at the table with Dorit, that was the time to truly tell what's going on in the background. What is the reason for the sneak dissing? Why are you doing it? What did I do to you? Let's squash this now. That was the perfect moment. And it could have been a bonding experience for her and maybe even someone else at the table, but she didn't capitalize on that opportunity. So something's there. Something is there. I know something's there because this is the only character I've seen her curse out. The F-bombs over and over and over again. Garcelle has not done that to anyone in either one of the seasons she's been on yet. Dorit was the first one that she took it there, and those F-bombs let us know a lot as viewers. It'll come out later, just like the Karen Huger and Giselle Bryant situation where Karen claims that Giselle wished death on Ray. And that was from how many seasons ago? But it's back. So Dorit either did something last season or this season. And oh gosh, so do we have to wait 4 seasons on this franchise as well to find out what Dorit really did? I hope not. So that means, what is it, 2021? So we don't find out until 2025, like what Karen did from 4 years ago? So Dorit wants it now. She wants to know now. And she says to her, you're a smart girl. You are a smart girl. And like I said, I don't know why on a lot of these franchises, these grown women who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s are being referred to as girls, but whatever. She says, Garcelle, you're a smart girl. You knew, basically saying you knew what you were doing. Come on. Girl, it was shade. It was shade, please. You're a smart girl. You know what you were doing when you brought up the fact that Tom calls Erica. And that's where Garcelle shut her down with the F-bombs. But that, just her, Dorit saying that was a pivotal moment. It was critical and it was vital. It was alarming, and it told us as viewers that Dorit is saying she wants it. I want all the smoke. Garcelle, I am the smoke. Okay? I am the smoke. It was a prove moment for Dorit to Garcelle. Garcelle is part of the Denise Richards leftovers, right? She's a Denise Richards leftovers, and I won't be surprised if she isn't the lone soldier to avenge Denise Richards on the show. I see where Garcelle has come after Lisa as a fake friend. She came up for Lisa Rinna, and she's still harboring feelings now. That has not been squashed. These little dinner or lunch get-togethers, they don't do much at all. They don't do much at all. As we can see, these two ladies still have something out against each other. And Garcelle said herself that she doesn't feel a part of the group, and, Lisa isn't helping her. Lisa was her friend before she came on the show. She comes on the show, and the friendship is now dissolved for the most part, And I don't see where Lisa really cares to repair the friendship. Look at what she did to Denise. Weren't they friends? Right. I can see her making an effort, but she has to understand that she, meaning Garcelle, is the lone person standing from the Denise Richards alliance. You're the only one left. So if they chew Denise up and spat her out, and you're the only remnant of that whole altercation left, you would receive the residual energy from that scenario. It's all for you. So she has to be ready for that, for any residual energy and tension, since Denise isn't there and you're the remnant, you're the only person there from that incident, then you can get the energy. And then number 2, the popular girls from the show, Dorit, Kyle, Lisa, they're not going to make it easy on her as a newbie. So the best option for Garcelle is to become more solidified in her stance. Draw a line in the sand. I hate to say it because I really, no one really likes the ongoing bickering. But just draw a line on the sand as far as where your alliance stands. As far as other women, be cordial, be friendly, be social, but understand where the true alliances are. And then nurture the relationships that are budding, such as, Crystal, Sutton, Kathy. I love the 4-on-4. Okay? I love the 4-on-4. I'm here for it. Sutton, Kathy, Crystal, Garcelle. And then on the other side, you have Kyle, Lisa, Dorit, and Erica. But Erica is being brought in on the other side via Crystal. And Kathy seems welcoming as well. So that's weird. Let Erica stay on the other side with the women, the vets. Let her stay up there. What the hell was Erica even doing at the dinner with the newbies? Sutton should have been there, but you know why Sutton can't be there? Sutton couldn't be there because Crystal and her has bad blood, and it doesn't seem like Kathy likes Sutton too much either. Kathy, I'm wondering. It doesn't seem like she likes Sutton too much. I didn't pay attention to it until now. The country club shade at this past week's episode, the country club shade back on September 1st. No, Kathy. Does Kathy want to be the only highly admired wealthy one in the group? Because last year Sutton has crazy cash and suspended. And then here you have Kathy coming in this year, and she has that old school elegance. And don't we all just kind of fall into fantasy, just even looking at Kathy and what she's about. I love it. I thought her home, the decor would have been a little more grandiose. I don't know why I was thinking Waldorf, a smaller version of the Waldorf Astoria when we were able to visit Kathy's house. I was ready. I mean, my mother's decor is nice, too. I mean, when we look at what Kathy's home decor should be 10 times better than my mom's decor. That's what I'm saying. But the table was elegant. The table was beautiful. Some of Kathy's furnishings are a little dated. Like I said, I was thinking mini Waldorf Astoria inside of her home, but they didn't show us that much. So then, that's another thing. I wanted to also see more of that instead of the bickering. I just don't want the Housewives franchise to get away from the glitz, the glam, the beauty, the decadence, the lavishness, of these women in their lives. This is Kathy Hilton. I wanted to see her home. This is all I have to go off of. The dated living room, the dated formal living room where everyone gathered in waiting for everything to get started. I wanted to see more. I'm sure there's more. And when I see more, I'll retract my statement. But that's really production's fault. They were so big on getting to the argument that they cheated us. They cheated us out of seeing the beauty of Kathy Hilton's estate, her mansion. We want to see, Bravo, we want to see. We want to see. Go back and show us more of Kathy Hilton's beautiful mansion. I'll be waiting. But back to Miss Hilton's shade, honey. Kathy, I like you. I'm a follower. So I'm not going to go in on Kathy, but I'm starting to it doesn't seem like she likes Sutton too much, so I am starting to think that I might need to create a protect Sutton at all costs hashtag. Because who does Sutton really have on her side? She has Garcelle. It doesn't seem like she has Kathy. She has bad blood with Crystal. Clearly she doesn't have Erica. She had it in with Dorit and Teddy last season, so don't wait on it. And then Kyle showed her how much of a friend she is on this past week's episode on September 1st. So besides Garcelle, who else does she really have? Garcelle can't come to bat for Sutton too much because remember, Sutton threw Garcelle under the bus last season when they were at dinner. It was that same dinner when Kyle snapped on Dorit and told her that she talks too much. You never shut up. So Garcelle doesn't really owe her anything, and I didn't think that she was going to rush to her defense, especially with her shocking her with throwing her under the bus last year. Sutton's a big girl. She can hold her own. Kathy sat Sutton next to Erica on purpose. That was shady. She did that on purpose at the big dinner at Kathy's house. So first we started talking about the little small gathering. That was Crystal's house, right? And the one where Garcelle said she liked the small dinner. She liked that little small group. But Erica was there at that one. And Erica is from the Renna Kyle group. She's a vet. Why is she? I didn't understand why she's even with the smaller women. The smaller group. The younger ones. The younger, when I say younger, I meant the newbies. She shouldn't have been over there. Sutton should have been there, like I said. But Kathy, at her own dinner, she knew what happened at Lisa Rinna's lip event. Erica went clean off on Sutton at the beauty event. Why would you sit them next to each other? You were there. You saw what happened. Even though Kathy acted as if she didn't know, she acted like she didn't know that Garcelle and Dorit got into it, and Garcelle basically cursed Dorit out and stood up on a girl. She stood up on Dorit. Dorit's looking up like, oh guys, let me just keep my poker face on in case I get punched. And she played it off as if she was doing her makeup. Kathy, we are starting to see it, honey. Kathy is shadier than we think she is. It's coming out. I just love how elegant she is with hers. She plays it down. I love it. She is nice nasty. Kathy is nice nasty. And I am here for it. She doesn't seem like she is a Dorit fan either. I didn't notice it, but it's all coming out. Nice nasty. She did her makeup on purpose at the beauty event, but she was taking it all in. And she sat them next to each other on purpose as well. Remember, Kathy went in on Dorit a few times. She shaded her outfit to an extent. And, she told her, why would you waste that? That was Sutton saying it. But Kathy backed it up because Kathy went in and she said, well, you know, all of that grandioseness that Dorit gives in her outfits, I do that in decor, you know. And then she told her to zip it at the dinner. Just zip it. Just a straight shut down. And then she even gave the, well, I wouldn't want to be long-winded, you know. That was shade. So I love you, Kathy. I love you, Kathy. Girl, I will be watching you. All of that against Dorit, though, that's the I am my sister's keeper. That is I am my sister's keeper. Kyle and Dorit has had it before. And anyone who's on Kyle's, you know, shit list, they can get it. They can get it from Kathy in a nice, nasty way. And Dorit's been getting it in a nice, nasty way. Now, I was surprised that I saw the Garcelle and Kathy friendship. And Kathy goes on Instagram and she likes every one of Garcelle's pictures. She likes Garcelle. And she was, you know what was heartwarming? She was the only one who stood up and she asked Garcelle, don't leave. Garcelle was upset. She started crying in Tahoe. She was going to leave after Erica chewed her head off. And Kathy was the only one who stood up and said, Garcelle, come sit down, please. Don't leave. Don't leave. Come sit down, Garcelle. I felt that, and I appreciated that. I like what they have, and I want them to continue to work on that. I think that would be beautiful. The Garcelle and Kyle are not the best with one another, but the elder sister, that's my girl. I love that, honey. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sutton can go in on Erica, but she can't because she has no support. It's hard to go against someone with Erica's Ice Princess attitude and you don't have any support from anyone. Anyone in the group? No one? No one's gonna back me up. Dorit doesn't have a backbone. Garcelle is playing it because it seems like she wants to preserve something there. And Garcelle can offer more, but it doesn't look like she wants it to do that. She seems like she wants to preserve something with Erica, even though Erica bit her head off. Garcelle's head is still in Tahoe. Okay, I don't know, that must be a mask that she wore to Kathy's dinner that night because Erica bit her head off last week. Maybe she is stitched back on. And then, you know, Sutton threw her under the bus, like I mentioned, last season. And then when Garcelle was being chewed up at the reunion last year, Sutton didn't really come to her defense. You know, it's really, a lot of times it's a big, you know, be a big girl. We're all big girls. You can defend yourself. The only ones that don't do that or don't exercise that big girl principle would be Robin and Giselle from Potomac. You know, they fight one another's battles. But everyone, all the other franchises, they kind of let each other show what they're made of. You're a big girl. You're a big girl. And Garcelle's backing up and letting Sutton be a big girl. You know, it is what it is in that instance. I'm just interested. The key thing as I wrap this video up is, one, I like this 4-on-4. Erica needs to not be in it, but Sutton can't officially come into the 4-on-4 alliance because Kathy doesn't seem like she's going to be for Sutton being on that side with Garcelle, Crystal, Sutton, and Kathy. That's not going to happen. They want Erica over there. Crystal and Kathy wants Erica, and Erica is with Kyle and Lisa. That's where it gets crazy. That's where it gets crazy. But making the show interesting. We're going to pick this up till next time. I want to get into Miss Ice Princess herself, Erica Girardi. I want to get into this. Erica, really? I'm going to pick it up next time, but I want to discuss next time, why in the hell is everyone afraid of Erica? These women seems like they are afraid of Erica, and I want to talk about it. Until next time, guys.